As you guys know, I am a very fan and advocate of doing aim training. If you want to be slightly competitive, doesn't mean that you want to go pro or you're scrimming, but you just want to play rank. Just essentially, the motto of the channel has always been, I want everybody to have fun while playing games. I want everybody to enjoy gaming, and in my opinion, if you're being good at a game, it is more fun. And therefore, being a competitive player, essentially trying to be able to be competitive and be really good at the base mechanics, helps so much with enjoying it. There's nothing more fun than absolutely just destroying somebody mechanically. On top of that, building up good games, and so you can hard carry games. That's the perfect combo. And over time, I have always said, which I also do when I do private coaching, do an aim trainer, such as Kovacs, Aim Hero, you name it, but at the same time, do some form of in-game aim training to practice in-game mechanics, such as learning the movement speed and the strafe patterns that you can activate, learning hitboxes, hitting certain abilities, potential projectile speeds, you name it. And in Overwatch, a lot of times that has been Anabots. Anabots is an incredibly useful tool and incredibly easy to set up. You just disable all abilities on Anas and then just spawn in on King's Row and you're good to go. It's incredibly easy to work with. It's incredibly easy to practice on. But for a lot of people, it's not challenging, especially if you start come up to the higher levels of play. So this workshop really challenges you while still keeping a good fundamental way of practicing and improving your in-game mechanics. Hello my beautiful and lovely gamers, my name is Jonal. Of course, before the video starts, a like on the video really helps against YouTube's algorithm and promotes the channel. Of course, drop a comment down below as well if there's any workshops you either want me to check out, or if there's anything that you use for your aim training or that you found helped you improve mechanically, game sense wise, whatever. Let's help each other out in that comment section. I would definitely be reading the comments as I always do on videos of, like this. And subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. It'd be amazing. We are almost at 20,000 subscribers. It would be amazing if we could hit that by the end of 2020, just to make this year just a little bit better. And of course, if you want to rank up, improve, and get better at the game, on top of that, also support me financially, you can hire me as a private coach. It is 50 euros for a 2-hour session. Hit me up in the Discord's link down below. Also, my Twitch and Twitter are there, and I soon start to stream again, so I'd always appreciate it if you guys check me out there. Now, with no further ado, this is the code right now on the screen for the workshop. Unfortunately, I don't know actually who made this. I didn't find any mentioned in any of the settings of like who has actually created this. I'm very sorry about that. So if you guys know who made this, I would be very thankful if you could drop it down in the comments. Essentially, this was given to me when I was helping out. I was helping out a team, another 4.4k team or whatever, when they were scrimming with a bunch of good friends of mine, just coaching, and one of my players, actually the main tank, was playing this workshop, and he sent it over to me because I wanted to check it out, and I've been loving it. And there's something that, if I'm coaching higher elo players, I redirect them to this, because for a lot of people, Anabots, great game mode, great way to practice accuracy, becomes very easy as the bots stand still, are incredibly predictable in the strike patterns, and it's still very good, especially if you're not that consistent to practice Anabots, because the bots are in a way very easy to get in that good fundamental. So if you're not comfortable enough to where you're just dominating Anabots, hitting a bunch of headshots all the time, if you're not there, then you might not want to check out this game mode. This is more for the kind of the next level. This is like Anabots is like the entry level and like the entry to mid level, and this is where people start becoming up in that higher tier of play, where they really want to start getting more challenged when it comes to their aim training. And there's still nothing wrong with doing Anabots, half the time on Anabots and then half the time of this aim trainer, just to warm up with Anabots. That can actually be really nice, because this game mode is hard. So essentially, this is how it works. There's always maxed amount of bots spawned. I think it's 6. There's always a pharmacy combo, and you can always practice to dealing with pharmacy, which is really nice for a lot of hitscan players. And then they will spawn 4 other random bots. Now, when you deal damage to any of these bots, they will shoot back at you. They do reduced damage to you, and when you deal damage, you also heal some of that damage that you deal. So you have some form of life steal, so you can keep running for a longer period of time. And the bot spawns almost instantaneous when you get a kill, so you just keep feeding into the meat grinder. Why this is so good is One, you can actually turn on immortality if you want to. However, I recommend you not to do so, as I feel like if you have a health bar, you also get this a little bit of stress level, which you don't get in nanobots. Nanobots, you're very relaxed, and this kind of also is a little bit of a stress test. But it's also just the fact that these bots are, one, really difficult to hit. Like, they are strafing, they are being random as an AI, but doing it in a proper way where they're not stopping like nanobots. These are actually can actually be really, really difficult to hit, as there's no like human pattern that you can easily recognize and abuse, so you're really relying a long time on good accuracy. And that's also why I say sometimes maybe start with nanobots, because it can be infuriating when you miss like 12 bullets in a row on a strafing McCree. That can be really frustrating after some time. And two, these guys also shoot back with aimbots, so there's this like pressure to do it. Like, these bots have good accuracy. This is not like some shit stuff. Their hit scan players are practically running aimbots, making it incredibly difficult for you to actually retaliate without being deleted. If you start missing shots, you're normally out of it. Even when they're doing reduced damage, because you're so reliant on the lifesteal, this really rewards consistency. However, and this is the negative with this, because it does reward consistency in that way, sometimes it rewards a little bit too much to just hit the body shot and not focusing on isolating headshot modifiers. So you might want to just watch out for that this can very easily learn the bad habit of, yes, consistent accuracy, but only body shots, instead of actually learning you to consistently hit headshot after headshot after headshot, which is necessary if you want to break out of the diamond rank and so on that level. Headshot is so incredibly important in any FPS games, especially Overwatch, where there's healing and sustain and shields, where you sometimes only get 1 or 2 shots in on the guy, and that headshot multiplier is really the difference between you getting that kill and him falling back behind the shield and getting healed back up. Of course, you can always, if you feel stressed, if you feel that they're retaliating too hard, maybe you want to use this, again, in combination with other aim training methods, like you do, let's say, 15 minutes of aim hero every day, and then you do, like 5-10 minutes Autobots, and then you do like 10-15 minutes of these. If you have time on like a Saturday or a Sunday, or you just want to do like a good warm-up session, then this might be a thing. And then you might want to turn on immortality mode so that you can stand still and focus on the shots. I've said this a billion times and repeat this in future videos as well. When you're doing aim training, you need to take your time. You need to be able to line up the shot if you have to, because we're not practicing spamming. We're not practicing clicking the mouse really fast. Anybody can do that. We're practicing hitting the stuff consistently. That's the point of the aim trainer. If you're just shooting really, really fast and you're missing a lot of shots, which in this game mode, especially since it had infinite ammo, is something that you can actually get into a really bad habit of. I know this because I did that for a period of time in this aim trainer. You can get into this bad habit of just spamming instead of actually hitting the shots, and that teaches not just that you're wasting your time because you're not learning how to aim, but it can actually teach bad muscle memory, as you will at that point have absolutely no trigger discipline, doing that you're constantly missing shots in ranked because you're constantly shooting and shooting and shooting and trying to push your limits too fast. I love this aim trainer. I think this is really, really good to either take over for Anabots or whatever in-game trainer a lot of other people uses, or if it's not like that, then maybe at least implement this into your Anabot skill training. So cut some time out of Anabots and reintroduce here. I know some people play half an hour of Anabots and they alternate a bunch of heroes. Maybe add this into it. One thing to note is that on certain heroes, this can be a little bit of a poor or bad aim trainer for certain heroes. For example, I found out with Genji, it wasn't really the best. I have made a video on another Genji game mode, which was actually made by Tommy B, a member of a Discord community, which again, you should join, link in the description. He made a custom game, which I think is really good for practicing Genji mechanics specifically. I think that this game mode is far better for stuff like hit scans or Hanzos or other ranged DPS players. And potentially supports like Ana can also work, or Senora, but I don't think that this game mode is significantly or in any way really that good or efficient if you are playing Genji. For example, as you constantly have to throw the gap and the map is so big that it spawns so far away that it is kind of a slow way of practicing Genji comparatively to others. So unless for some reason you want to practice those heroes because of the strafing of the bot, and that's the challenge you're looking for, then I recommend that you might want to check out other tools to practice Genji. Other heroes similar to him, potentially Doomfist and Reaper, for example, can also be maybe a little bit wonky to play in this game mode due to the distance that bots are spawning away from you, and it just takes time just doing stuff like closing the gap. But that's all for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Always appreciate it. Check out my other videos. I'm branching out into more and more games now. Valorant and generally other FPS titles. It's for the health of the channel, also for health as me as a content creator, as I need to do other stuff than just Overwatch all the time. So please, if you guys could, check those out. Drop a like, share that stuff around. It's also really, really appreciated. 20,000 subscribers by 2020, boys. Subscribe to your channel, share this around. I love you guys very, very much. Please do take care of this. Stay positive. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. And always, my name's Jonal. And you guys, keep the enemy in your process.